Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to tell you about the very first vision I had with Jesus after, this was shortly after I had accepted him. This was about 15 years ago, as I have said in my previous videos, is that's when my walk started with him. So right after I accepted Jesus into my heart, I was getting into 12-step recovery, and I started working the 12 steps, and I had a lot of emotional stuff come up regarding my father. I had a lot of anger towards him. I blamed him for many things in my life. I had a lot of resentments built up, and I was struggling with forgiveness. And I had been praying about it a lot, to have Jesus help me to forgive my dad. I had a dream about 5 o'clock in the morning, and these dreams are more like visions. It's like you're in another place. It's so real. It feels so real. So I'm in this dream, and I wake up in the dream, and I'm in like a plain area that's kind of surrounded by fog. And through the fog comes Jesus walking towards me. And mind you, this is the first time I have ever seen Jesus. I couldn't really see his face too well, but when his presence came towards me, I instantly knew it was him. I had never met him before. This was my very first encounter. Instantly felt his presence and knew it was him. And this was also before I had even started reading the Bible. And I didn't know that Jesus taught in parables. So I'm standing there, and Jesus comes out of the fog, walking towards me, and in his hand, his right hand, he's holding the left hand of a little boy. And the little boy had brown hair and brown eyes and had on little brown shorts, knee socks, dressed like something out of the 1940s. And as he walked towards me, he swung his arm around like this with the little boy's hand, and he said, "This is your father. You need to forgive him. Show him the compassion that you have in your heart, that you have towards others. Show this compassion towards your father." And the little boy just looked up at me with these big brown eyes. And it was my dad as a little boy. And Jesus handed him to me. And then he was gone. And the dream was over. And that was my very first vision with Jesus. And it was very, very powerful. And even though I had that powerful vision of helping to teach me to forgive my father, it still took me a whole nother 15 years of just choosing to forgive my father and practicing forgiveness, because I still, even after that, harbored resentments towards him. But he was just showing me years later, when I look back on this vision, I can see that Jesus was showing me, your father was a little boy, just like you were a little girl. And he had trauma in his life too. And he grew up, became a man, had expectations of having a little boy, and the expectations of his wife, my mother, didn't work out. And he grew up with a lot of anger. He was a very, very angry man. And he passed that anger along to me. So it took me many, many years to forgive my father. But that was a start for me. And just having that encounter with Jesus was so overwhelming and powerful. When you encounter the Spirit of Jesus, it is just overwhelming love and power and grace and kindness. And for me, I instantly knew it was Jesus, and I would feel so blessed. I felt very blessed after that I had met him, for the first time, that I accepted him in church, and then he actually came to me in a dream. And these kind of visions may not happen for everybody. I pray that you do have these kind of visions, but for me, Jesus knows that I'm the kind of person that needs to see. I need to see things. And he knows this about me. And he showed me. And again, I tell you, this is just the first vision I had of him. I've had many more and many more encounters with him that I'll be sharing with you all. I just wanted to make this video and share this most special first encounter with him, because after this encounter, I was such in awe. And then I started reading the Bible and I started learning, oh, Jesus teaches in parables so we can understand. He teaches us like little children. We're children. We don't know what we're doing. We're angry at people, we're resentful at people, and he has shown us grace, and we have to show grace to other people, even if it's our parents who have hurt us, who have caused us trauma in our lives. I know it's very, very difficult to forgive people, or it can be. It was for me. It still is sometimes. I struggle with it, but today, um, 15 years later, I'm actually able to understand that my dad grew up in the 1940s, and his father, my grandfather Jack, was an alcoholic, and he was a very angry man. And my dad was an artist and a very creative type, um, who was probably discouraged against the things that he wanted to do in life, art and creating. And so even though my dad gave those things to me, art and creation and writing stories, he also at the same time discouraged them in me. So my dad had a lot of fear and anger, and he was an alcoholic, um, and he passed those things along to me. So I'm kind of getting into more of the story, but this is all coming up right now as I'm making this video, that I really feel that I'm here to break generational trauma and generational curses. Somewhere the hate has to stop. And I choose the hate to stop with me. And I choose to get help with my alcoholism, my hate and resentments, and I choose to walk with Jesus today, and I hope you will too. Okay, I love you. And again, I'm a Christian. I say this, I've said this before. I'm not perfect. None of us are here perfect. We're in a deeply fallen world. And I'm just trying to get better day by day. And that's all we can do. In AA we have a saying: progress, not perfection. Okay. Thank you for listening. I love you.